book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 7d. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. And they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Shai, Wahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect that are seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen. Beginning with 144,000, preacher, teaching, prophet, Shalom. Yeah, got this video right here, this headline, 6 hours ago. Got some other information I want to bring out too concerning the U.S. Navy taking the Iranian flag oil tankers. All right. It says 6 hours ago, governor says he is preparing National Guard amid fear over fatal ICE shooting. We're going to play the video. Check this out. That word fear goes into an outbreak of public anger or excitement. The archaic definition, a wave of enthusiastic admiration, a craze, you see? A craze, and enthusiasm for a particular activity or object which appears subtly and achieves widespread but short-lived popularity. So they're saying, hey, they're looking forward to an outbreak of chaos against ICE agents. All right. So they're saying is because of what ICE is doing. Now again, governor, this is in Minneapolis. It says Minneapolis, Minnesota. Governor says he is preparing National Guard amid fear, excitement over fatal ICE shooting. Right, uproars. All right, uproars. So chaos for over this fatal ICE shooting. All right, and as we read in 2nd Ezra 16, be prepared for the chaos to come down on the Israelites. All right, so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, and Haitians. Again, 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. Now you say this is just in Minneapolis, Minnesota. No, it's going to spread. All right, if you think 2026 is going to be a year where, oh, this state got this going on, and maybe another state, no, these things are going to spread. Don't forget, they already assigned, or they're already ready to place 500 troops, approximately 500 troops to all 50 states. Okay, totaling, around 23,500 troops that they're ready to send out. Don't forget that. In all 50 states, see, they're preparing for this. Okay? It says, remember 2025 was the build-up for 2026. These things going to play out in 2026. It says 2nd Ezra 16 and 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities. Remember? Cities goes in the states. So it's going to be in the major cities in all states. That's why they say they're going to place troops in all 50 states. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. Now you get the definition for insurrection. Insurrection definition. Insurrection, a violent uprising against an authority or government, rebellion, revolt. All right. But in this case, it's going to be an insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So it's going to be an uprising, a violent uprising against the Israelites. All right? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. Right? Because remember, in 2025, they will go on to public places like their jobs, Home Depots. They were just patrolling the streets that stop and frisk, things of that nature. Well, 2026, look forward to them coming to your physical address, kicking in your doors, coming to your crib 2, 3 in the morning. Hey, like that video that I put up a couple days ago by what the Holy Spirit concerning how the United States military went to Venezuela at night, like 2, 3 in the morning, which they call night, low limited light. Well, that's what Esau does. Hey, matter of fact, let's get that real quick in Job. See, this is what they do. They mark your house in the day, and they come up on you like a thief in the night, man. All right, you get that Job 24, and let me see. They mark their houses. I'm overlooking it. Yeah, the water held by Shema Shai. Job 24, let's start at 13. It says, they are of those that rebel against the light. Right, Esau rebels against righteousness. They love darkness rather than light. It says, they know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. Right, they don't abide in the paths of righteousness, they wicked. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief, you see? And in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight, saying, no, I shall see me, and the skies of his face. See, this is what Esau does. He does things in the nighttime. All right? So people won't know that it's him. So, hey, he get to paint his narrative however he want to paint it. But no, actually, it's him. All right? Remember, hey, Esau's motto is, if you don't have me on footage doing it, then it wasn't me. If you don't got my face, then it wasn't me. All right? But this is what they do. Put on masks. They do a whole lot of stuff, man. They crooked. It says, in the dark, they dig through houses, which they have marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light. You see that? This is what they do. In the dark, they dig through houses, meaning, hey, they invade you at nighttime, which they have marked for themselves in the daytime. You see? They know not the light. For the morning is to them, even as the shadow of death. If one know of him, then they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. You see that? He is swift as the waters, their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. So you see, man, they just full of wickedness, man. They're just full of wickedness. All right, you get that Job 24 and 16. I want to get that word dig. I want to get that word dig in the Hebrew. Let's get that real quick. The word dig. 24 and 16. Let me see. Let's read it in NLT first. Thieves break into houses at night and sleep in the daytime. They are not acquainted with the light. All right, I want to get this word dig. What's that? Let me see.
Strong's H2864. Chafer.
It says to dig into houses of burglary, you see? To dig into houses of burglary, so they break in. Look, Strong's definition, to force a passage as by burglary, you see? And this is what they're going to do. This is what they do. Job 16 and 71 again. They shall be like madmen, sparing numbers, still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, for they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall there be none who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. See, y'all gonna know who the Israelites are. Hey, again, governor says he is preparing National Guard amid fear of a fatal ICE shooting. Now remember, 2026, they get ready to see them casting Israelites out of their houses, spoiling and destroying them, meaning shoot them down in the streets, shoot them down in the houses, man. And look forward to these things happening this year, man. This is what we're waiting for, all right? Prophecy. And see, everything is happening so they can justify what they're about to do. Check this out.
Let's bring in our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas.
Let's play that again. I'm gonna make it big. All right.
Let's bring in our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas. Pierre, we finally did get video cleared. You are seeing the actual footage there of a bystander that captured the video on a cell phone. We have two totally different stories here and a massive investigation that is underway, being led by the FBI. You've got DHS, Pierre, Christy Nome, saying this was domestic terrorism, that this ICE officer was reacting in self-defense, but then you have the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Fry, and also the police chief, Brian O'Hara, saying there is much more to this story that is simply not true, that the ICE officer was not necessarily reacting in self-defense.
Well, Kara, we have a total disconnect, as you say, between what the federal government is saying and what the local authorities are saying. You saw the governor of Minnesota, in this case, express his frustration with ICE and the enforcement that's going on in the city of Minneapolis, but he was very clear in trying to point out and urging citizens to peacefully protest and to conduct themselves in a way that did not invite more violence. I think the key here is that the video, there apparently is going to be body camera video from the ICE agent perspective. They're going to have to go through that video frame by frame. But I think the key here is that law enforcement officials from DHS perspective, they are loud and they're clear. As you say, the Secretary of Homeland Security calling this an act of domestic terrorism. They put out a statement that the woman was using the vehicle as a weapon to try to run over the ICE officers, that there were ICE officers injured. All those things now have to be investigated by the FBI. Also, the state police officials will be involved in this investigation. But, Kira, what you've seen over the last few months is as ICE expands their efforts across the country, tensions in the communities are rising. And there has to be, going forward, it would seem to me, more education about how people are to conduct themselves in these situations as well. But again, the investigation will have to determine exactly what happened. In this case, split-second decisions are being made, but also we don't have any information from the woman's perspective and what she feared was going to happen to her as well.
See, and that's what you get when you just fucking pop up, identifying, wearing masks, just pulling up on folk. You see? Well, see, when you watch it again, hey, just like we saw in the first clip, hey, that's the oldest trick in the book for a cop to claim self-defense, or any type of alphabet agent to claim self-defense. They get in front of the vehicle as if they are a guardrail. And when the person inch towards them, they say, okay, I'm justified in shooting this individual or at this individual because they were coming towards me in a threatening manner in a vehicle. And they just start dumping. Which you get your stupid ass out of the way of the vehicle, which is dumb to get in front of it. You wouldn't have to shoot it. You wouldn't have to shoot them, but it go to show you they want to shoot and kill us, man. All right, this is who they are. Y'all keep on talking about Esau. God loves everybody. They not all bad. Well, the heathen Gentiles can make it. Well, these same heathen Gentiles that say the alphabet H is gonna shoot your ass. These niggas ain't our friends, man. They are enemies, and they see us as a threat. Because we are a threat to them. We the Israelites. In a discussion. Alright? Now, we don't know how they're going to spin this story, but I guarantee you, however they decide to spin it, it's going to cause major uproar. Alright? Hey, it's a different spirit in 2026, man. Yahweh Shemashah got a different spirit in the earth, man. It's a spirit of prophecy, playing out, not building up. We done with the building up phase. This shit playing, this shit moving. All right? Get the fuck off the screen. Let's play it back one more time. You see? He jumped in the way. Then as the car was made a sharp turn to the right to go around so they wouldn't hit him, he jumped out of the way and started shooting, man. So, I mean, it's nothing together. The officer was wrong. He ain't had to shoot. But I go to show you, man, they just pull up on people, man, and just start doing stupid shit. You just go up, pulling, talking about get the fuck out of the car and pulling on the door handle. You the threat, Esau. But it's all good, man. I don't like these motherfuckers anyway. Yeah, I can't wait for you how about Shemashah to jack you niggas up. But you see what's going on, man. This gonna cause a ripple effect, man. Alright? It's gonna cause a ripple effect. That's why they got these troops stationed everywhere. And there was an article, the news came out, last week? How talking about Donald Trump was pulling back National Guards from DC, Chicago, and somewhere else, something like that they were saying. If you believe that junk, you crazy. Alright? You crazy. Because that's why they got these National Guards stationed, man, in all states. Alright? Now you got right here, man, it's a lot went on today, man. And you know, I wanted to hit this report with this look, GM kills $102 million factory, 1,700 layoffs trigger Midwest town blackout, man. All right. What's that? Detroit, Chicago, one of them Midwest. There's both of them, but these people out of job. I think it's Detroit. Anyway, whatever the fuck it is. Excuse my language. Got a headache, been in the vehicle all day. Head about to bust while I don't need sinuses. But yeah, the headline, coverage of how Detroit. Yes, in Detroit. So hey, more job layoffs, man. That's killing these people. That's killing the town. All right, that's gonna cause chaos, man. People can't pay the bills. There's gonna be a lot of robbing going on, man. A lot of theft. Hey, get ready for the uproars, man. People coming up against Trump administration, the political leaders. Hey, people tired. They already calling Trump a POS, piece of S. You know, because what he did, Venezuela taking the oil, and he didn't notify Congress first, but he notified the oil companies. You see, it says U.S. seizes Russian flag oil tanker linked to Venezuela. Now, this one right here, I heard of two reports, man. This one right here concerning this one right here, they seized a Russian flag oil. This right here, they seized a Russian flag oil tanker linked to Venezuela, but it was no oil on the ship, right? Then when I was on the road, I was listening to a couple other brothers, and they was going into how two was actually seized. One had oil. Um, let's see. Let me see. U.S. seized. Yeah, this here was two. Let me see. But I don't know. I only heard of one. I was trying to figure out where y'all get this other one from. Not saying it didn't happen. Let's see. Cause hey, it says Putin's furious.
Are you looking for the ideal drone to start your flying journey? Meet the AirView drone, a drone for beginners.
See, it says Putin's furious first reaction after U.S. seizes Venezuelan oil tanker, captures Russians on board. So you see, hey, you think about this, right? The U.S. taking these Venezuelan oil tankers that's flagged as Russian oil tankers. In other words, they have the symbol, the flag of Russia on the tankers, letting them know that this Russia shit, this Russia oil. But the United States the Navy is running up on them like, nigga, we don't give a damn about no Russia. We're gonna take these tanks. So that's how it is. All right. Hey, so Yahweh Shema Shot is building up this World War III, man. And Trump thinking he the big bad bully on the block. Well, you messing with the bear. You messing with the big dog. All right? The big dog concerning man that's on your level. All right? On a man's level. All right? Because the real, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords come, he can tell y'all ass to pieces. All right? So you say we're in a constant escalation of World War III. How about Shema Shai is operating this thing, man. Hey, what's that? Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21. And 1, the water Yahweh Shema Shai. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, as the rivers of water. He turn it whithersoever he will. And this is the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. To cause these tempers to flare up, to put even more pride on Trump and the United States, and cause Putin to really get mad. Okay, along with his allies and NATO and the EU. That's gonna turn on America. All right. So hey, this year is gonna be crazy. Oh, excuse me, it's already crazy. It's just the first 7 days. Okay, a full 7 days passed by. All right. And look how much went on in the first 7 days. Let's play this video. Putin's furious reaction after the U.S. seizes Venezuelan oil tanker, captures Russians on board. Let's turn this the long way. Hey, so hey, get ready for a pain and terror in 2026, man. All right? All types of events. Hey, as Yahweh Shema Shai put on my spirit to bring out before the new year came in, hey, 2026 is going to be nothing but bad reports. Okay, and they're going to be flowing in like clockwork, man. It ain't going to be no breaks, all right? You're going to wish 2026 was like 2025.
The U.S. Navy has seized the Russian-flagged oil tanker Marinera in the Atlantic, and Moscow is furious. Russia is now demanding humane and dignified treatment for its citizens on board, and insisting they be sent home immediately. But that's not all. The stakes just got even higher in this high seas showdown. The Marinera, formerly called Bella 1, is linked to Venezuela and part of the so-called Shadow Fleet used to move sanctioned oil. U.S. forces boarded the vessel in open waters hours after it reflagged under Russia in an attempt to avoid seizure. Moscow claims this move violates international maritime law. The Russian Foreign Ministry has warned that the U.S. must treat the crew with dignity and ensure their safe return home. Meanwhile, senior Russian politician Andrei Klishas has labeled the operation as outright piracy, criticizing the U.S. for acting against a ship temporarily sailing under the Russian flag. U.S. forces captured another vessel, the MT Sophia, in the Caribbean. Both operations are part of Operation Southern Spear, aimed at stopping illegal oil shipments and cracking down on sanctions-busting networks tied to Venezuela, Russia, and Iran. Russia even dispatched a submarine and naval assets to the area while formally protesting the Marinera seizure. But the U.S. Southern Command confirms the operation was carried out without incident, and the crew is under U.S. supervision for final processing. This high-stakes action isn't just a geopolitical flashpoint. It could also impact global oil markets, as Washington cracks down on the shadow fleet, helping sanctioned nations evade international restrictions. With Moscow demanding humane treatment, U.S. forces asserting their blockade, and tensions simmering in the Atlantic, this high seas showdown could reshape international maritime rules and diplomacy.
In a dramatic escalation of global sanctions enforcement, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth proudly announced the seizure of a Russia-flagged oil tanker, the Marinera, in the North Atlantic, calling it a major victory in Washington's campaign against illicit oil trade. The tanker, once known as Bella 1, had been on the run for more than 2 weeks after evading a U.S. blockade of Venezuelan oil exports and refusing to let the U.S. Coast Guard board it. It sailed north across the Atlantic, changed its name to Marinera, and even adopted a Russian flag, a clear attempt to avoid seizure. Posting the capture on social media, Hegseth, now styled as Secretary of War under the Trump administration, declared that the blockade of sanctioned oil tankers is in full effect anywhere in the world. He portrayed the operation as part of a larger effort to cut off revenue flowing to sanctioned networks and destabilize illicit oil routes. This wasn't just another oil seizure. It was the U.S. boarding and taking control of a Russian-flagged civilian ship marked by a federal court warrant for sanctions violations and a coordinated operation by the U.S. Coast Guard and military forces in international waters. Russia condemned the action as piracy and formally protested, arguing that the ship was legally registered under its flag. Moscow even dispatched naval assets, including a submarine, to the region as tensions simmered. The Marinera operation highlights an assertive U.S. stance on enforcing sanctions tied to Venezuela and shadow fleet oil networks, a willingness to seize foreign-flagged vessels in international waters, causing real friction with Russia amid geopolitical battles over energy and influence. Secretary of War Hegseth's celebratory tone and the high-profile seizure of a Russia-flagged civilian vessel underline how far the U.S. is willing to go to clamp down on sanctioned oil trafficking and how those actions could redraw lines in global power struggles at sea.
Subscribe to One India.
So there you have it. There you have it. Hey, tensions are building, man. All right. Hey, shit, it's already here. All right. You how about Shimon Shah just escalating these things. Now I got 2 reports that just came in on my other phone, right? Let's go to this real quick. Let's go to this real quick. Father how was weird, his phone don't shut off. Check this out. Where is let's get that last. Go back. Right here it says 1 hour ago, Trump proposes massive increase in 2027 defense spending to $1.5 trillion, citing dangerous times. All right, his defense spending. Let's see if it'll come up. If not, we'll read it. Let's see.
Trump has just announced that he wants to raise the military spending to $1.5 trillion. He just did this on Truth Social, saying here, after a long and difficult negotiations with senators, congressmen, and secretaries, and other political representatives, I determined that for the good of our country, especially in these very troubled and dangerous times, our military budget for the year 2027 should not be $1 trillion, but rather $1.5 trillion. This would allow us to build the dream military that we have long been entitled to, and more importantly, that will keep us safe and secure regardless of foe. Then says that the reason why they're able to do this is because of the income from the tariffs, in which, as he mentions here, I would have stated the $1 trillion number, but because of tariffs and the tremendous income they're bringing, the amounts being generated, that would have been unthinkable in the past. Remember that Congress does hold the purse, meaning that they're the ones who would actually have to approve this in the budget, which, keep in mind, I believe the next government shutdown is happening within the next 20 days. But a jump to $1.5 trillion would be the largest military budget in U.S. history. I need to comment on the last part here, talking about how they're able to hit the $1.5 trillion number while at the same time producing a great military, having the ability to at the same time pay down national debt, and give a substantial dividend to modern income patriots within the country. I'm always happy to fund our military because we do need to have a military. It's very unlikely to be able to do all of this. Remember that yes, tariffs, we pay the tariffs. Okay, the prices go up, we pay the tariffs. That's not a constant number. That will be changing from time to time. In order to pay down a national debt, you need to have like a massive surplus. But if you're also then spending that surplus on military and dividends, then there is no surplus and you can't pay down the debt. And let's remember that, like, once again, these tariffs are not something that's a constant number. It's going to change. Bottom line is there is no credible economic model in which you can do all four things at the same time. And I'm sure that Congress they're probably going to approve the military spending, but you would also need to have a sustained, like, extraordinary revenue growth, which we're not really seeing that right now. You would have to see no major economic slowdown within the next few years, which analysts show that is potentially coming. You would have to see new federal payment programs, which you could see that happening. But the big thing is fiscal surpluses. You can't have that if you're doing massive spending. Bottom line is that Trump can propose this and he can promote it and be optimistic about it, but it's extremely unlikely that all of these could be happening at the same time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Yeah,
Trump has just...
So, they let you know, it's a time of war. Alright, it's a time of war. Hey, let's get it real quick. It's a time of war. And a lot of things will happen on the soils of America. Hey, going to building that golden dome, which is not going to help. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. You see? Revelation, is it 11? Yeah, 14, the second war was past, and behold, the third war coming quickly. And that's World War III, nuclear war. All right. Now let's get this last one real quick. So you see, it's a lot going on, man. Hey, a lot is happening, and it's about to happen. Now, this going back to that first article concerning that woman who ICE fatally shot. Her name is Renee Cole Good. So who was Renee Cole Good? Woman fatally shot by ICE agent. An Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE officer fatally shot a 37-year-old woman Wednesday in Minneapolis during the Trump administration's latest immigration crackdown. A killing federal officials said was in self-defense, but that the city's mayor condemned as reckless and unnecessary, and it was, and we just saw the video. The victim's mother identified her to the Minnesota Star Tribune as Renee Nicole Good. Donna Ganger told the newspaper that her daughter lived in the Twin Cities with her partner, but declined to say if she lived in Minneapolis. Ganger said the family was notified of her death late Wednesday morning. That's so stupid, Ganger said. After learning some details from a reporter, she was probably terrified. Ganger said her daughter was not involved in protests against immigration enforcement. Renee was one of the kindest people I've ever known. She told the Star Tribune she was extremely compassionate. She's taken care of people all her life. She was loving, forgiving, and affectionate. She was an amazing human being. The woman was shot during a traffic stop in a residential neighborhood south of downtown, the historic immigrant markets, and about a mile from where George Floyd was killed by police in 2020. Her death quickly drew hundreds of angry protesters to the scene. So you see, first George Floyd, now her. All right. So it was about a what? It was about a mile from where George Floyd was killed. It says Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara said at a press conference Wednesday that the woman appeared to be a middle-aged white woman and did not seem to be the target of any law enforcement activity. Democratic Mayor Jacob Frey later told reporters she was 37 years old. A group of 11 Minnesota City Council members said in a statement this morning an ICE agent shot and killed Renee Nicole Good, a member of our community. Renee was a resident of our city who was out caring for her neighbors this morning, and her life was taken today at the hands of the federal government. Anyone who kills someone in our city deserves to be arrested, investigated, and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. That's pretty much it. You ain't got to read all that. So you see, that's it. Her name was Renee Nicole Good. All right. I think that's all we got for right now. Let's see. It's a lot going on. So be circumspect. Stay in the spirit. Don't get sidetracked. And oh yeah, this is another one right here, y'all. Check this out. Hey, a lot of countries are saying the U.S. citizens can't come there. And this one there ago, it says UPS seizes $32 million in packages after closing the largest sorting hub. Damn. Says grocery stores are about to get worse. American grocery shopping is sliding into a perfect storm of higher prices, thinner staffing, and shrinking choices, meaning less products. What used to be a mundane errand is turning into a stress test for household budgets and patients alike, and the forces making it worse are still gathering strength, from policy shifts to corporate consolidation. The next phase of supermarket life is likely to feel even more punishing at the checkout and on the shelf. So higher prices with less merchandise, man. All right. Hey, we ain't got to see it. Hey, you just gonna see it in 2026. Let's get it. Cause ain't like Elder Pastor Hart said, man, we just in the time of filtering everything out through the scriptures. Now you've been told. 2 Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the unplaced appear and sown, and the full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. You see that? You see? I think, was that it? Let me see. Yeah, we just hit that. The dream military. Build a dream military. Let me see. I think that's it, man. Yeah. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, man, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So hey, it's gonna all this chaos, man. So get ready for this right here, all this chaos. Second Edis 15. Because these little uproars of the people that we've been seeing, that's nothing compared to what's coming into America. Second Edis 15 and 15. For the sword of destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. There shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, in the course of their action shall stand their power. See, we hadn't seen this yet. We hadn't seen people out there in the streets shooting each other yet. All right? Saying, the hell, hey, that January 6th is light, man, compared to what we're about to see. All right? We're really about to see people stand up and fight against their politicians, okay? The president and these officials. Hey, the cops ain't nobody gonna be able to do nothing once these people get rowdy, man. They're gonna have to call in the military. Again, that's why these troops are set out to all 50 states. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So that's limited, that's restricted mobility, man. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of breath and great tribulation. You see? So all these things are happening, man, and are going to play out very, very soon. All right? Very, very soon. But yeah, I think that's all we got for right now. Pray you edify. Hey, stay in the spirit. Keep watching and praying as always. And we got the A. So that hopefully we'll be found worthy to escape during these troublesome times. So we pray to put the names in how about Shema Shai. Hey, it's getting closer and closer. We at the end, man. Shalom.